Greetings from Baroda BNP Paribas Mutual Fund. The manufacturing sector is the backbone of any economy. Countries who are in their growth cycle usually have a booming manufacturing sector. Be a part of India's growth story by investing in the manufacturing sector. NFO starts on June 10, 2024 and concludes on June 24, 2024. Let us look at a story. There was an agricultural economy which transformed itself from a low-income country to the second highest GDP in the world. China's rapid growth was led by growth and the development of its manufacturing sector. Right now, India is where China was just a few decades ago. India is now renewing its focus on manufacturing. The subsequent slides detail how. Vietnam is a recent story of a developing nation, straddling from agriculture to value-added services. Low manufacturing and labor costs, higher connectivity help them develop their manufacturing sector. We see these factors also playing out for India's manufacturing sector. Manufacturing has been one of the key drivers of growth in economies across the world. Growth of manufacturing has helped developed countries to grow faster compared to the growth of the service sectors. Let's look at some mega trends and how they are influencing the manufacturing theme in India. The pandemic and change in geopolitics have led to a dramatic shift in the global outsourcing trends. Globally, people are moving towards offshoring to a neighboring country or a friendly country. One such example is where the standoff between US and China, which has led to US incentivizing Mexico investments. Key sectors likely to benefit from the trend are electronics, especially chip production, critical drugs, and defense. Second is government focus. The government is following a three-pronged approach where the first pillar comprises of labor upgradation via imparting skills. The second pillar is demand boosting via GST, Atmanirbhar Bharat, etc. And the third pillar involves capability boosting via incentivizing certain import areas. Moreover, positive FDI flows also likely to boost the sector further. Third is India's low manufacturing costs and demographic dividend. India has a large pool of educated young human capital available at cheap cost. This is a key factor in lowering the overall manufacturing cost, thus making India a very competitive low-cost option for global companies. Transition towards clean energy is a global trend, and that is playing out in India also. This is likely to create opportunities in the power transmission and automobile industries. Digitization is another global mega trend where there is a demand for data analytics, and intelligent systems. Digitization and booming of data center ecosystems creates a huge opportunity for India. We are in the fourth phase of the Industrial Revolution. First was the mechanization from labor, 1750 to 1800. Second was the electrification, 1870 onwards, to improve productivity. Third was electronics and automation from 1970 onwards. And now fourth is computerization, integration of artificial intelligence into manufacturing and industrial processes. It aims to improve efficiency through optimized processes, integrated supply chains, using robots, and increasing labor productivity. let's look at an example of booming data centers in India. Developing of data centers is a result of two major megatrends: digitization and Industry 4.0. Data centers are expected to grow by 30% year-on-year between 2023 and 2026. The total opportunity size in India for the next 2 years is around 35,000 crores. Government-backed digital initiatives, rising usage of smartphones, expansion of e-commerce, transition to 5G, rise in artificial intelligence and machine learnings are tailwinds contributing to the growth of data centers. Major beneficiaries of this trend are companies in the power genset, electrical components, grid connectivity, HVAC, cooling solutions, and IT infrastructure space. Electronics, tablets, memory packs, mobiles is the second biggest import item for India after crude oil. Let's look at an example of a global electronics manufacturer setting up its operations in India. Geopolitical tensions between US and China drives Apple to shift over 18% of its iPhone production to India. In April to Jan 24, Apple's production of iPhones crossed the $10 billion mark. This is nearly 30% higher than the last financial year. India is also one of the largest consumers of iPhones and could contribute to over 5% of its global sales by FY25. Introducing Baroda BNP Paribas Manufacturing Fund. This thematic equity fund aims to maximize long-term capital appreciation by investing in companies engaged in India's rapidly developing manufacturing sector. Major sectors in the Nifty Manufacturing Index are autos, cap goods, pharma, metals, oil and gas, and chemicals. Manufacturing is wide-themed and carries 39% weightage in the Nifty 500 index. The Manufacturing Theme Index, Nifty India Manufacturing Index, has outperformed the broad-based Nifty 50 and Nifty 500 index. There's been a sequential rise in capex. This capex has been allocated majorly to railways, highways, and defense got the highest capex allocation. Here are a few themes that we will be looking at while building our portfolio. Key themes to look forward to are improvements in the transport infrastructure, upgradation of urban infrastructure, transition towards green energy, and emphasis of self-reliance in defense. The government's focus on strengthening the core has helped boost capex in railways, ports, and highways. Apart from logistics and connectivity, railways requires motors, power substations, signaling, and safety systems. India is the third largest aviation market in the world. Development of airports require heating, ventilation and air conditioning, HVAC technologies, electronics and building. Thermal capacity addition will be required to fulfill India's current and future electricity demand. Thermal will remain the backbone on which renewables will grow. Transition to green technology is likely to benefit battery manufacturing companies, auto ancillaries, companies providing charging infrastructure, and fuel cell companies. As the geopolitics are changing, India's focus on self-reliance creates opportunities for the Indian defense industry. domestic defense has created an opportunity of 100 to 120 billion US dollars over 5 to 6 years. Here are a few stock examples of some success stories belonging to the manufacturing theme. Here's an example of a large cap defense company that benefits from spends across the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The company benefited from increased thrust from the Government of India, resulting in a strong earnings growth. This is a mid-cap electronics manufacturing and services company that benefited from import substitution and PLI schemes. Here's a small cap company that benefited from India's energy transition. Furthermore, we follow our proprietary BMV framework for finalizing stocks in the portfolio. Here, B stands for long-term sustainability for competitive advantage of the business. M stands for quality of management, and V stands for reasonable valuations. This fund is suitable for investors who want a focused exposure to manufacturing companies and want to participate in India's growth and manufacturing journey. Also for investors who want a new theme or sector to diversify their portfolio. The fund is managed by Mr. Jitendra Sriram, who has an overall 26 years of extensive experience in the equity markets. Be a part of India's manufacturing story. New fund offer opens on 10th June and closes on 24th June 2024. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.